Okay, in this video, we're going to continue the notes of day 3 of 6.3, beginning with problem number 5 in your note packet. Okay, first thing you're going to do, find your midline. And the way I find that is add the 8 to the 2. That gives me 10. Divide by 2. That gives me 5. And here I am. Here's your midline. So I know that D equals 5. Find the amplitude. 1, 2, 3. Amp equals 3. Then let's find the period. Oh, good. I can start from the y-axis and just read off the period is pi over 2. So the period is pi over 2. If the period is pi over 2, I can find my b. Because I know that the period is going to be 2 pi over b equals pi over 2. Do your cross products. 4 pi equals b times pi, divide by pi, and my b is going to equal 4. So my b is 4, so that is good to know. So I just realized that this is problem number 6, and the last video ended at 5, so I just made that change. Okay, so I just said that b is 4. Okay, so now we're going to figure out, we have our a is 3, b is 4, and d is 5. So we're all set. So now let's figure out if t is 3 pi over 4, I must have had t minus 3 pi over 4. Figure out what 3 pi over 4 is, and it's right here. So that's going to go from there to there. That's going to be a sign that's positive. So y equals 3. I'm going to make it positive 3, so I know that I've checked that direction of sign. So I am here and here. Okay, yes, so, and I'm sorry, it's not positive, it's negative. I'm losing my mind here. Okay, so that's where we are. It is negative. So that's a negative. And then I have my cosine comes next. Then I need my b, which is 4. I need the t minus 3 pi over 4. And I need the plus 5. Done. Okay, next one. If t is negative pi over 8, it must have been t plus pi over 8. Where's pi over 8? Right here. And that's going to be cosine. I'm going to highlight it just so there's no issue, that I know what I'm doing here. Okay, so that's cosine, that's sign, that's positive. So my next equation is going to be y equals positive 3 sine 4 t plus pi over 8 plus 5. Done. Okay, so now we're up to number 7. Looking at 7, I see that I have 7 plus a negative 1. That makes it 6. So my central line is 3. So there's my D is 3. My amplitude from there is 7 minus 3, which is 4. The period, I can do it from here. So all the way to here. That length is 2 pi over 3. So if the period equals 2 pi over 3, and I know period has to be 2 pi over b, and if that is going to equal 2 pi over 3, then b must be 3. Okay, starting at t is pi over 6, that means I must have seen this in my equation. So pi over 6, where is that? Right here. Here's pi over 6. I'm going to start there and go a full cycle. That's a negative cosine. So what do I have? Okay, so what do we have? So it's the highlighted graph, and we have y equals, It's going to be a negative, and it's a cosine, and my amp is 4 for a cosine. My b is 3 t minus pi over 6, and then plus 3. Okay, so that's done. Next one, so let me erase this. Okay, the next one is, let me get that center line back up there. The next one, t is 2 pi over 3. So it must have been t minus 2 pi over 3 in my equation. So let's see where 2 pi over 3 is, and it's right here. So my full cycle of a sine goes there. So let's highlight that. So I'm going here, and I come back to here. Okay, so let's see what I have. I have a negative sine. So now let's write that equation. So y equals negative 4 sine 3 t minus 2 pi over 3 plus 3. Okay, one more and we're done. Okay, so again, get A, B, and D first. If you didn't watch the first part of the video, you probably want to do that because I'm going a little quicker here. We only have one thing to solve. So I have 5 and a negative 1 gives me a 4 divided by 2 gives me a 2. So my central line is right here. That's my D equals 2. From 2, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3. A equals 3. And let's get the period. So I'm going to go from top to top. So that's going to be, let's see what that is. Okay, this is 2.5, and I end at 8.5. So my period length is 6. So if the period equals 6, and I know 2 pi over b equals the period, 6b equals 2 pi. B is going to be pi over 3. Okay, that's all I really needed to figure out. Now let's see what we have. If we start at 2.5, this is exactly where I happen to pick my points. That's going to be a positive cosine. So y is going to be 3 is my, I'm going to make a positive, and it's a cosine. Pi over 3 is my b, and then t minus 2.5, and then plus 2, and we are done. Okay, so just to reinforce, when you get a graph like this, you want to figure out your A, B's, and C's. Once you figure these out, A, B's, and D's. Once you figure these out, for every starting point they give you, you then need to figure out this. But you get to use the yellow over and over again if you're on the same grid. Okay? So practice doing these, and you'll be in good shape for the upcoming quiz.